So in this session, we will be working on a 30-minute express back-focused mat work class. We'll be moving quite quickly through the exercises, so if you need to take any breaks or pause, you can stop the video at any time. We're starting with the warm-up with our roll downs. Let's start upright here. Soften the knees, relax the shoulders, take a deep breath in, and then start to exhale and switch on the T-zone. Now taking your rolling sequentially, take your deep breath in. Drop your chin towards your chest, open your neck. Exhale, sink your ribs towards your hips, allowing your head to roll in front of your chest line. Releasing your head towards your belt line, pause. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, start to roll upright, stacking the vertebrae tall in that half erect range. Take a deep breath in at the top, float the sternum. Exhale, chin to chest, sink ribs towards hips. Head moves in front of the chest line. As we lower the forehead in front of the belt line, pause. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, start to use your abdominals to lift the vertebrae upright tall. Take a deep breath in at the top. Chin to chest, exhale, sink and roll. Now in this half roll down position, take your deep breath in. Remember, you're lowering your head to your belt line. Exhale to scoop the abdominals, stack the vertebrae upright and lift. Good, one more, deep breath in. Chin to chest, exhale, sink ribs to hips. Allowing the transverse band to switch on as the head moves towards the belt line. Take a deep breath in. Let your upper body round forwards. Exhale, scoop the belly. Start to lift the vertebrae upright one at a time. Now stay tall here for your breath in with the sternum floating. Bring your hands to chest height, clasping the fingers for hug a tree. Bend those knees. Take a deep breath in, dropping chin to chest. You're going to exhale, pull the fingertips away. Start to widen through the shoulders, round through that thoracic back connection, sending the shoulders wide. And then inhale, lift the vertebrae upright, bringing the fingers back towards you. Float your chin. Chin to chest, exhale, pull the fingertips away, scooping out the belly as we widen through the thoracic back. Inhale to lift and float the sternum once more, fingers towards the chest, two more. Chin to chest, exhale, pull the fingertips away. Barreling out the chest, scooping out the tummy. Inhale to lift upright. Good, keep the knees soft or bent. One more, chin to chest, exhale. Scooping out the belly. Inhale to lift yourself upright once more. Float the sternum, relax those arms by your side. If you want, keep the bent knee position, or you can have slightly straighter knees for full rolling. At the top here, lift the sternum, relax the shoulders. Now switching on your next exhale, if you switched off the T-zone, begin to drop the chin to the chest once more. Sink the ribs towards the hips, exhale as we lower the head in front of the belt line. Allow the arms to drop forwards out of the armpit joint, head heavy from the neck. Exhaling as we roll forwards and down to the mat. Take a deep breath in here, keeping the knees bent if you need. As you exhale, push through the heels, switch on the legs, exhale, scoop out the belly, and start to stack the vertebrae upright, lifting yourself tall to standing. Float the sternum, inhale at the top. Chin to chest, exhale, sink ribs to hips. Allow your upper body to round forwards, over your lower body towards the mat, keeping bent or soft knees. Take a deep breath in at the bottom, allow the head to be loose from the neck. Exhale, push through the heels, switch on the legs, scoop out the belly, and roll the vertebrae upright, lifting one joint at a time. Take a deep breath in at the top, two more. Chin to chest, exhale, sink. Now as you exhale to roll forwards and down, allow yourself to have a gentle shake of the neck. Shake your head for yes and no at the bottom. A deep breath in and exhale, push through the legs, scoop out the belly and roll to the top. A deep breath in here, float the sternum, last one, stay at the bottom, chin to chest. Exhale, sink ribs to hips. The transverse band switching on as you exhale to lower the upper body forwards over the lower body. At the bottom of this roll down, take a deep breath in. Soften your knees to meet the mat with your fingertips. Still scoop the belly on the exhale and then begin to walk the weight forwards into your hands. bringing your knees down to the mat and shifting back to child's pose if you need a little rest. We'll be moving into prone straight away, so come onto the stomach for your back work. Now this is back focused, so try not to squeeze your glutes in these exercises, roll the heels out. Beginning with the hands at face height in stop sign activation. Take a moment to inhale and lift your pelvic floor. Exhale to switch on the T-zone, lifting the tummy off the mat. Keep your nose looking or resting on the mat and begin on the next exhale. Exhale to glide the shoulder blades down your back, drawing into the waistline beneath the rib cage. Keeping the tummy lifted from the mat. Inhale, hands come back to face height. Exhale, glide the shoulder blades down your back, drawing into the waistline beneath the rib cage. Elbows coming down to the waist. Inhale, hands come back to face height. Now you're working through your 10 repetitions here of your back focused trapezius activation in stop sign arms. We're very cautious not to overstrain the neck, so keep looking down into the mat for me here. For those of you that want more from the exercise, you could try floating your palms at paper's width from the mat. Keep the gliding down of the shoulder blades into your back, your focus. Elbows gliding down to the waist. As you inhale, hands can come to face height. Don't shrug your shoulders. Don't strain your neck. Exhale to glide the shoulder blades down your back, drawing into that waistline. Inhale, hands to face height. We've got 4 more. Try not to shrug the shoulders here. If you're floating your palms from the mat, you need to make sure that you still feel the draw down of the shoulders. Your final one, please. Exhale, glide the shoulder blades down your back, drawing into the waistline beneath the ribcage. Bring your hands back to the mat, rest the head down, have a little rest. We're going to widen the arms 1 centimeter or 2 from the chest for swan prep next. Draw the shoulder blades softly from the ears. Inhale, pelvic floor. Exhale, T-zone. Begin on your next inward breath, rolling a glass marble with the tip of your nose towards the edge of your mat line. Keep looking down the tip of your nose here. As you exhale, we glide the shoulder blades down the back a little bit deeper into the waistline than stop signs. Peel the chest from the mat. Inhale, the chest comes back down, abdominals stay lifted. Nose comes back to touch on your glass marble on the mat. Exhale, roll that nose under the chin, round over the back of your neck. Inhale, keep those abdominals lifted, the pelvic floor engaged. Roll your nose towards the edge of the mat. As the forehead peels off, look down the tip of your nose. Exhale, glide the shoulder blades down your back. Now we're drawing down into the waistline to peel the chest off. Inhale, we bring the chest back down, abdominals engaged. Nose on the mat. Exhale, roll the nose under the chin, round over the back of the neck. Good, 2 more. Inhale. Now take your focus to the drawdown of the shoulders on the exhale. Try not to lift your gaze from the tip of your nose down into the mat. Try to keep your abdominals lifted as the chest comes back down on the inward breath. Good, roll the nose under the chin, round over the back of the neck. Final one. Now back extension is important. We'll be moving into our plank series soon. Make sure your focus is that middle back fiber. Moving on from this stop signs and swan prep series, have a short rest where you rest the abdominals, pelvic floor and the weight of your chest on the mat. We're going to go into breaststroke. This could be face down or face up in that extension position of swan prep. I'm going to be moving into the extension position, switching back onto pelvic floor, inhale, exhale, T-zone. Add an extra notch. Inhale, start to roll the nose towards the edge of the mat line here, peeling the forehead from the mat. Looking down the tip of the nose, exhale, draw the shoulder blades down the back, deeper into the waistline to peel the chest off. Floating the palms a paper's width from the mat, starting to draw some circles. Inhale, sweep fingertips forwards. Exhale, glide shoulder blades down the back, elbows to the waist. Inhale, fingertips forwards. And exhale, glide the shoulder blade down to draw the palm down. Now you could start with a small circle. Keep the T-zone engaged. draw around the rim of a teacup. It could be the size of your dinner plate. As you start to engage into that deeper extension position, you could be moving into your breaststroke pattern. Sweep fingertips forwards, reach underneath the water. Exhale, glide the shoulder blades down, sweep the hands towards the thighs, peeling the chest off. Inhale, dive under the water, reach forwards. Exhale, sweep hands to the thighs, squeezing the armpits towards one another. Inhale and exhale. You could be working face down. Let's work for our final 3 circles. Last one. Come back to the mat with both hands. Rest the weight of the chest down and the forehead before switching off to take a rest off of the T-zone. Drag the hands down to chest height. Round your upper back, scooping the belly. Shift your buttocks back to your heels. Have a short rest here in your child's pose. Reaching fingertips away from your buttocks, buttocks towards the heels, head resting down on the mat. Have that lovely stretch across your back. And then bring yourself into your plank 1 position, reading a book on the beach. You're up on those forearms, elbow lightly tucked behind the front portion of the shoulder. Switching on to that stop sign activation, draw the shoulder blades down. Inhale, lift the pelvic floor. As you exhale, we're going to lift the belly off the mat. We're trying to draw the abdominals inside the front of the pelvis. Don't shrug the shoulders up. If you'd like, count your 10 breaths here. Focus on pushing down through the forearms, shoulder blades down your back. Moving into plank 2 on your next exhale, we're going to focus on lifting the abdominals a little bit deeper internally, pushing off of the pelvis through the forearm connection to lift your pelvis roughly in line with your shoulders. Check your shoulder is still over your elbow joint. Take a deep breath in here, and if you need, exhale, lift the abdominals off the mat, really focusing on that lovely plank 2 position. You could stay here and breathe for your 10 breaths, or you could tuck your toes under on both feet. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, pushing into the right ball of the foot, lift the right knee from the mat. Keep your pelvis stable. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, push into the left ball of the foot and lift the left knee. Keep the shoulder alignment over the elbow. Every exhale, think lift those abdominals up, and every inward breath, think draw the shoulder blades down, counting towards your 10 breaths in your plank 3 if you choose. If you need to, reverse, bringing one knee down at a time, back to plank 2, and then the pelvis back to plank 1. Whatever you're focused on, try to release the tension off your neck, give your head a shake, draw the shoulder blades down. Try to focus the breathing pattern. Exhale, abdominals. Inhale, shoulders gliding down. You're nearly through your 10 breath hold. If you are in your plank 3, take your last breath in, and on the exhale, bring one knee down to the mat. Try to keep your pelvis in its position. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the second knee to the mat. Untuck the toes. Take a deep breath in for those of you now in plank 2. Exhale, slowly return the pelvis to the mat. Keep the abdominals engaged as you draw the shoulder blades down. Take a deep breath here in your plank 1 position, and then unfold the arms and soften, melting the chest to the mat. Once the chest is completely down, just disengage from your abdominals and soften your pelvic floor for your rest. Beautiful. From this position, slide your hands down to chest height. Again, push yourself off the mat, coming now to 4-point kneeling box. So in 4-point kneeling box, we only have a few exercises. We are looking at our press up level 1 and swimming. So press up level 1, draw the shoulder blades down, the palm is directly under the shoulder blade. Switching on to T-zone, inhale, lifting pelvic floor. Exhale, abdominals. Take the hands as wide as the mat. Elbows drawing towards the back corners of the mat. We're going to inhale, drop the nose down between the hands. As we exhale, push away from the mat, lifting the abdominals internally. Inhale the nose down, shoulder blades drawing down your back away from your ears. Exhale, push off. Really extend the arms, draw the shoulder blades down, tummy up. Inhale and exhale. Now stay in your level 1 press up just for this round and make sure that you've got a really strong connection to a lovely neutral spine in your box position. Your shoulder blades are not winging, and you can quite confidently work your 10 repetitions utilizing that strong abdominal lift as you push the chest away from the mat, lifting the nose back up to the box. 3, 2, and 1. Come back to your box position, again resting in child's pose, wherever you need. We're going to be moving into swimming next. You could work arms and legs separately for 10 repetitions. I'm going to be working arms and legs together. Shoulder blades down, palm directly under the shoulder once more. Switching on, inhale pelvic floor, exhale T-zone. Give the head a shake, release the tension off the neck. Opposite arm and leg is going to exhale, reach on out of the box, drawing a straight line in front and behind. Belt line staying parallel over the mat. Inhale, come back to the box. Now don't shuffle across your pelvis. Keep your pelvis very still. Transfer, exhale to slide on out, opposite hand and foot from the mat. Inhale, come back to the box. Moving out, exhale, we can also squeeze the glute, draw the shoulder blade down to lift the hand and the foot. Inhale, tap back to the mat and move back to the box. Your arm could lift to shoulder height. Your glute could lift your leg to hip height if you can keep chest and pelvis parallel over the mat and a nice neutral spine with abdominals engaged. Some of you may like to challenge, and as you exhale to glide out the box, drawing the shoulder blade down, the glute squeezing. You could also reach on out into this sideways diagonal position, coming out at a 45-degree angle from hip and shoulder. You come back into that nice strong parallel line, inhale and come back to the box. Shoulders draw down at all times, please. Try to keep your chest and your hips over the mat. Adding in that small diagonal reach out of your swing position if you're feeling confident here. We're going for 3 more on each side. Squeeze the glute, exhale. Draw the shoulder blade down, reaching out into that diagonal position if you choose. We're on our final one each side. Really focus now as the T-zone begins to fatigue. Try not to wobble through the pelvis. Keep the belt line parallel over the mat. Draw the shoulder blade down your back. Come back to your box. Shift back to your child's pose. Take the weight off your wrists. Now the choice is either to repeat your press up level 1 for 10 reps or move into your level 2, level 3 if you feel confident. Come back to your box position, hands underneath the shoulders. Remember, as wide as the mat for level 1, the nose down between the hands. Walking the hands 1 or 2 paces in front. We can realign the chest in between the hands, the head in front of the fingertips for level 2. This time we inhale the chest down between the hands. Exhale, extend the arms, lifting the belly to push ourselves back up to our box position. In your level 2, you need to keep the incline from hip, knee, and shoulder. For those of you that want level 3, push onto the ball of your foot with the toes tucked under. Inhale the chest down. Exhale, push off strong, extending those arms. Working into your 10 reps of 3, level 2, or 1. Making sure the T-zone is working here. You can always drop back to a regression if you need to finish those reps, or come back to child's pose. Make sure the shoulder blades are gliding down, the elbows moving back to the back corners of the mat, please. There's no tension across your neck joint. You have your final 2. And last one. Come back to the box, walking the fingertips forwards, drawing the buttocks back towards the heels, rest the head down on the mat. Have a lovely child's pose stretch. Pull the buttocks back and down. You can have a small wriggle side to side to release tension underneath the armpit through the serratus and the lats. And then slide the hands down to face height. You could rest here in your shell position for a moment. We're going to transfer into supine. So we're moving quite quickly through the exercises. This is great if you're very confident. If you need to pause the video, you can always come back to the previous exercises. Laying on your back here, we're starting in a neutral spine setting. We're utilizing arm prep just to warm up in neutral here. There's a gap in your lumbar spine. You're able to establish a nice level pelvis. Take a nice soft breath in and gently lift your pelvic floor. Exhale, T-zone connection is switching on. Arms are floating directly over the chest, shoulders softly down from the ears. Exhale to reach overhead into arm prep. Ribs are softly drawing down towards the hip bones. Shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, hands over chest. Good, keep it going. On the exhale, we glide the ribs down towards the hips, shoulders down your back as we reach the arms overhead. Inhale, hands over chest, possibly down towards the hip bones. Good, exhale. Connecting to those frontal oblique lines. And then inhale, hands towards the hip bones. Good. Really strong connection, keeping that nice neutral spine. Really establishing those oblique connections here. Good. Turn it into a circle if you choose, sweeping the arms wide towards the hip bones, and then inhaling, hands over chest. Exhale to reach, ribs drawing in and down towards the hip bones. Good, let's do 2. Last one, exhale to reach overhead, sweeping the arms wide, ribs drawing towards the hips as hands come to the hip bones. Rest them by your sides. Inhale here. Have a short rest if you need. We're moving into our oblique curl 1. Or you could go into your lift and extend. Hands are going to become our cradling position, interlaced behind the head. Fingers thumb either side of the nape of your neck, elbows wide. Switching onto the T-zone. Inhale, pelvic floor. Exhale, abdominals. Do that belt up. Light tug of chin to chest to lengthen the neck and float the weight of the skull in your hands. On your next exhale, begin to curl, sinking the ribs in and down towards the hip bones to peel the chest off the mat first. Flat tummy. Then exhale to rotate across, armpit towards the opposite hip bone, keeping the pelvis level. Inhale to unrotate and lower. Other side, exhale to curl, sink the ribs towards the hips to scoop the tummy, rotate across. Good, unrotate, inhale and lower. Good, exhale to curl. And rotate. Inhale to unrotate and lower. You can make those movements fluid, provided you're able to really connect to those obliques. Exhale to curl and rotate. Inhale to lower. You could add your single leg tabletop position if you are comfortable, 4 reps on each side. Establish the tabletop is knee over hip bone. Rotate towards the hip bone of the floated tabletop leg for 4 reps. Utilizing that light tuck of chin to chest, so we're not straining through the neck. Keeping the pelvis level. Really utilizing a scoop of the belly. And a rotation. Let's alternate sides for 4. Tabletop, curling, and rotate. Good. Now the movement may be a little bit quicker in this express class, but our focus is keeping pelvic floor and abdominals engaged throughout our movements. We're not straining the neck or the lower back, and we're not moving the knee to the chest. For those of you that want extra, 4 in double leg tabletop, 2 each side. Keep a small part between the knees if you would like to challenge those abdominals. Good. Exhale to curl and rotate. Inhale to lower. Keeping the tummy flattening on that exhale. Lovely. Once you've done your 2 each side, knees to chest, have a small rest. Good. Feet can be on the mat too if you choose. We're moving into pendulum next. So pendulum, feet on the mat or feet in tabletop. I'm going to utilize the tabletop position, bringing the knee alignment over the hip. Arm out wide from the chest, palm facing up. Shoulders release. Squeeze the inner thighs and the inner sole of the foot together. Begin to inhale as both legs roll over one side of the body. Squeezing, exhaling to scoop the abdominals, legs return to center. Pause in the middle. Inhale, legs over one side of the body. Squeezing, scooping out the belly, legs to center. Good. Inhale. Shoulders remaining on the mat. Exhale, squeeze and scoop. Try not to strain your neck. Keep looking at a spot on the ceiling. Don't rotate the neck or the upper body. Keeping the shoulders relaxed on the mat at all times. This may mean that you restrict your rotation if you cannot keep the shoulder connection. For those of you that would like extra, inhale the legs over one side of the body, squeezing the knees together. Extend the top leg from knee to toe. Exhale to scoop the belly, sweeping the toe on the ceiling. Return to tabletop or feet down in the middle. Inhale the legs over, squeeze the knees, extend from knee to toe of the top leg. Exhale to scoop the belly and sweep toes on the ceiling. Inhale, come back to center. Legs over. Sweep on the exhale, scooping out the belly. Good. Some of you may even like to try your double leg extension in this position. Legs, inhale over, squeezing knees and feet, extend both legs. Squeezing the inner thighs, exhale, scoop the belly, return the legs to center. Feet back to tabletop. Inhale over. Extending by squeezing inner thighs and feet, exhale to sweep. Inhale to center, 2 more each side if you can. Inhale over, squeezing. Exhale, scooping. Good. Shoulder blades relaxing on the mat. Relax the neck, try not to strain here. Good. Final one each side. Last one, inhale, legs over. Extension, single or double leg if you choose. Squeezing inner thighs, exhale, return to center. Come back to tabletop, feet down one at a time and have the short rest. Good. So the spine is made to flex, rotate, extend. We're going to finish with a lovely round of pelvic curl, and we're looking at our foot, lift, leg exercise, progressing on from your normal mat work. Bring your heels a little bit closer to your buttocks. Relax your arms by your sides, shoulders from the ears. Switching on in neutral spine to begin. Take a deep breath in. Begin to tilt the pelvis back, resting lumbar spine on the mat. Squeezing your glutes, pressing into your heels. Exhale, peel your pelvis off, rolling through the lower back, the mid back to your shoulders. Take your breath in, making sure the ribs are softly drawn down, the back's not arched. On the exhale, begin to roll back down through the back towards the mat with each vertebrae. Keeping the glutes and the hammies working, pressing through the heels. Inhale to return to your neutral spine at the bottom. Tilting the pelvis back, squeezing the glutes. Pushing into the heels, exhale, peel the pelvis off and roll. Good, take a deep breath in. Adding on to pelvic curl if you choose. Push into your right foot, and on the exhale, lift your left heel. Good, keep the pelvis level. Inhale, bring the left heel down, press it into the mat. Exhale, lift the right heel from the mat. Good, press the right heel down, inhale. Exhale, lift the left heel. Good, inhale. Keeping the pelvis level at all times, the glutes engaged. Going for your 3 or 4 heel lifts on each side. Keep your hands under your pelvis if you need to feel that the glutes are working. Once you've done your 4 heel lifts on each side, come back to pelvic curl for your breath in. Now keeping the glutes and the hammies engaged, exhale, roll down through the back, 1 vertebrae at a time. Come back to the mat with the pelvis, inhale, shift to neutral. Good, let's do that again. Tilt the pelvis back, squeezing the glutes, pressing into the heels. Exhale, activating the hammies to roll the lumbar spine from the mat, the mid-back. Inhale at the top, neutral spine. This time, press your left foot into the mat, squeeze your glutes, exhale, lift your right foot. Good, inhale, right foot comes back down, press it into the mat. Exhale, lift the left foot. Good, inhale down. Going for your 3 or 4 foot lifts, looking to keep the pelvis lifted in the bridge position, glutes on. Your knee could lift over your hip joint. If you feel like you can keep your body from swaying side to side, your pelvis lifted in this bridge position. Again, 3 or 4 foot lifts, or you could come back to your heel lifts. Once you've done your 3 or 4 on each side, come back to your pelvic curl for your breath in. Keep the glutes and hammies engaged, ribs drawn down. Exhale, come back to the mat. Good, inhale, roll to neutral. Switching the glutes off for a break. We're going to move back up, coming into pelvic curl once more on the next exhale. And there's one more level to this exercise. Good, take your breath in, checking neutral alignment. You could now push into your right foot, exhale, lift your left foot, and you could extend it over your hip joint. Bend the knee, inhale, place it down. Really press into that supporting glute. Press the left foot in, exhale, lift the right foot, extend the leg from the hip joint. Good, bend over the hip joint, inhale, place it down, push it into the mat. So exhale, use that supporting leg, particularly if you're in the lift foot, and extension, keeping the hips up in the bridge. You shouldn't be sagging through the lower back. You should be utilizing the ham, the glute max, and the glute medius connection. Shoulder blades down. 3 or 4 of your lift foot with leg extension, if you choose, before coming back to your pelvic curl. Come back to pelvic curl, take a deep breath in. Exhale, squeezing glutes and hamstrings, roll down. There's one more. You can come back to pelvic curl if you're fatigued, or repeat your favorite entry of any level here. So come back to pelvic curl. Again, it could just be your pelvic curl if you're tired, or it could be your left heel exercise for 4. It could be your left lift foot exercise for 4. Keep the pelvis up, keep the glutes engaged. Or it could be your lift foot and leg extension for 4 or 3 on each side. Really strong with the glute engagement. Trying not to drop the pelvis. Having your hands under those glutes will help you feel if you're losing that pelvic stability. Once you've done your 3 or 4 on each side, really working through that nice strong pelvic connection, come back to pelvic curl, take a deep breath in, extend the arms over the chest and reach overhead. Good, as you exhale, sink down slowly to the count of 10, reaching the fingertips away. 9, exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, the lower back's on the mat, 2, 1, take a deep breath in, inhale, sweep the hands towards the hip bones, float the pelvis back to neutral and have a short break here. Well done. So, there is your express back mat work. We're going to finish with a lovely supine twist here. We're going to keep the knees bent. We're going to be moving into tabletop, single leg. So we'd like to switch on the T-zone in neutral spine once more. Floating the leg from the mat on the exhale, we're going to cross one leg over. Opposite arm rests on the top thigh, taking a nice soft breath in here. We're going to reach the other arm out from the chest, palm facing up. Exhale, start to gently draw the thigh over the body, rotating the inner part of the shin towards the mat to get a nice lower back stretch. You can rotate your head towards that outstretched arm, Looking at the thumb, breathing in and out deeply for your 5 long breaths. Really focus on allowing the back to stretch. A little bit of manual pressure through that top arm into your thigh will help you get that little bit extra rotation. Breathe in and out deeply. Allow the stretch to occur. Good. Last breath in and out here. Gently support your pelvis as it rolls back to the mat, and we can exchange sides. Uncross the legs. Good. Exhale, lift the leg from the mat, cross over. Opposite arm on the top thigh. Take a deep breath in. The outstretched arm facing away, palm up. On the exhale, gently draw the thigh over the body, drawing the inner part of the shin towards the mat. Take a deep breath in. Rotate the head to look at the outstretched palm if you need a little bit more of that stretch. Pressing gently into that thigh with your top arm. Press down and have a little bit more of that lovely rotation for the spine. Deep breath in and out. Keep it going. Good. 3 long deep inhales and exhales left. Beautiful. Excellent last breath here. Good. Gently support your pelvis as you roll it back to the mat. Uncross the legs. Squeeze your inner thighs, roll onto your side, come to your box. Beautiful. Finishing with a little bit of angry cat. Hands are placed directly under the shoulder once more, knee under the hip bone. Now I'd like you to draw the shoulder blades softly from the ears. Have a little shake of no and yes through the neck to release the tension, and switch on to the T-zone. Take a nice soft breath in. Now we're going to begin exhaling to scoop the belly. We're going to push away from the mat to round the upper back towards the ceiling, sending the shoulders apart. Drop the chin to the chest, drop the tailbone under, and have this lovely rounded spine position in angry cat. Inhale, we slowly come back to the box. Good. We're moving in the opposite direction, so on the exhale, still utilize the scoop of the T-zone as you begin to allow the pelvis to gently tilt forwards. Draw your shoulder blades down your back and just lightly gaze ahead, lifting the tailbone to have a small amount of extension. Inhale, slowly return to neutral. Let's do one more each way. Exhale, scoop the belly, rounding the upper back, pushing away from the chest, sending the shoulders apart, coming into angry cat. Drop the chin, drop the tailbone, and have that lovely stretch. Inhale, slowly return to neutral box. Moving in the opposite direction, exhale to scoop the belly, let the pelvis tilt forwards gently. Draw the shoulder blades down your back. As you gently gaze ahead, the tailbone will lift to have a small amount of extension through the thoracic and lumbar joints. Take a deep breath in here, slowly returning to neutral box. I'm going to go back into my downward dog and roll to the top, so I'm tucking the toes under. Take a deep breath in here. On the exhale, engage the T-zone, scooping the tummy from the mat, lifting the knees, pushing into the arms with the chest. Lift the hips high, send the heels towards the mat. Now keep the hips lifted. Press down through the heels to get your calf stretch. Take a deep breath in and out here, having a little shake of the head for yes and no. Remember, no tension through the neck. Softening or bending the knees. Exhale to scoop the belly. Walk the fingertips back towards the feet. Allow yourself to hang forwards in your forward fold once more. Take a deep breath in. You're pushing through your feet. You're scooping through your belly as you start to lift the vertebrae upright once more, back to stacking and lifting upright to stand tall. Lift the chin, float the sternum, relax the shoulders. Have a deep breath in and out. And you're all finished. Well done. So there's your express back mat workout. I hope you enjoyed this. Throughout the next few weeks, I'll be adding to these express sessions. We'll do express glutes, dynamic mat, and also express abs. Hope you have a great class during the week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.